Hi again. Hey, so I had this cheetah quilt I was working on. You can see it. I got it all done. So I'm going to put some binding on it. And I realized that when I did the binding on my blue quilt, sometimes it was hard for you to see what I was doing. So I'm going to show you again on this quilt how I did the binding. Okay, so I have part of it sewn together and ironed, and I'm going to show you one of the seams. This is one of the seams. I sewed it at a diagonal, and I'm going to show you again how to put those together in case you didn't understand the first time. So what we're going to do is take our two strips after we cut them at 2.5 inches wide. We're going to iron them, where I did iron this closed, but we want to iron them open while we're sewing them so that it's open like this. And we're going to put both right sides together, as you can see. And we're going to pin them, and then we're going to draw a diagonal line in the center from corner to corner with our ruler and our marking pencil. And then we're going to sew on that line. And then after we're done sewing on that line, we will cut off this corner piece, because it'll be extra sticking out, at 1/4 inch. We're going to leave 1/4 inch of the sew line. So, turn on my light. I have these ones pinned together, and I'm going to sew it, and then I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to sew it at 1/4 inch, and if you make a mistake, you can take it out and redo it. But I back stitch because I don't want the seam coming out. You can sew it first and check it to make sure it's right, but it should be right if you're laying both right sides together. And then you take out your pins, and this is what it's going to look like. So I guess I didn't sew that exactly on the corner. See what I mean? It didn't catch the very corner, so now it's not quite even. So I'm going to go over it again before I cut it. Okay. You'll learn with me, I still make mistakes. I'm not perfect, nobody is. So, you make a mistake, you correct it. Okay. So that way, that time I sewed over it, I should have turned it around and sewed it actually. If you don't sew it exactly corner to corner, that's what I'm talking about, then it's an uneven seam. So you want to make sure you get it on the line. That's why we draw a line, to help us, to guide us to that destination there. So I'm going to try this again on the back side so I can see why I'm not getting it straight there. I mean, sometimes you can get stuff correctly perfect, and other times it's just not. Okay, that looks like it's a little better. I don't claim to be perfect, but I do like to have an even seam, so that looks better. now I need to iron it, but I'm going to cut this corner off at 1/4 of an inch. You can use your scissors and just leave, you know, 1/4 of an inch here, or you can go over to your table and cut a rotary strip, whereas that might be better because, you know, you cut it. I cut it a little bit uneven, but it's, you know, as long as you have 1/4 of an inch there holding it on, it'll be fine. Okay, so I'm going to go to my next strip here and sew it together. So I have it pinned. I'm going to try to do this one a little bit better. Pretty decent. We'll take our pins out. And this time, let me show you. I will cut it with my rotary cutter so it's a little straighter. Okay. Just cut the corner off. There's your leftover. Now you could possibly keep these for, you know, something else if you're thinking you might use that color in something. But there's your strip, and I have one more that I need to do. But a lot of times I don't use the corners for anything because there aren't enough of them. And you can use them for a patchwork quilt if you so desire, but I don't always keep them. Now this one I think I got a little crooked again. I guess it's not too bad. And I shall cut it with my rotary. So you just measure 1/4 of an inch out from the seam and then cut it. And then you can also cut your thread at the same time. So there you have it. I'm going to take it over to the iron board and press it all. Press the seams open where you sewed, and then fold it in half, and then press it down in half. Okay? And I will be back to show you how to put it on the quilt. Do a second video. I'm going to demonstrate again how to put it on your quilt and do mitered corners and then attach the 2 ends at the end of your quilt. So I will talk to you later. Keep sewing and have fun doing it. All right, bye.